Lord Alan Sugar has been dragged into the freedom of speech row involving Gary Lineker and the BBC. The football pundit came under fire earlier this week after giving his opinion on the government's controversial asylum seeker plan. Retweeting a video of Home Secretary Suella Braverman delivering the plan, Lineker branded it beyond awful. The legislation is highly controversial as the government wants to detain migrants who enter the country via illegal routes without bail or judicial review before being deported and blocked from returning to the UK. Lineker went on to compare the plan to what the Nazis did, saying, "There is no huge influx of refugees. We take far fewer refugees than other major European countries. This is just an immeasurably cruel policy directed at the most vulnerable people in language that is not dissimilar to that used by Germany in the 30s. The BBC, who remain impartial on political matters, have held talks with Lineker over his social media responsibilities. But it has since turned into a freedom of speech row after Lineker refused to delete the tweet, and other celebrities are now being drawn into it. Wildlife presenter Packham took to Twitter to give some essential balance on the argument and shared tweets from Lord Sugar, who he claimed was also a BBC employee, criticising transport union boss Mick Lynch over recent strike action. In the tweets from December 2022, Lord Sugar blasts Lynch saying, "Hello Mick Lynch, hope you are happy yourself bringing the country to its knees over Christmas. You don't fool me waiting for the employers to come to table. You love the publicity. Your members would like to earn what you get. Why don't you waive your salary?" A follow-up tweet added, "Mick Lynch loves the cameras. He got stitched up on at GMB today. Next thing he'll be doing Strictly or appearing on Graham Norton. Anyone know how much he is paid?" Showing his support for Lineker, Chris wrote alongside Lord Sugar's tweets, "How about some essential balance? Just like Gary, this bloke is sometimes employed by the BBC for his respected expertise. He too presents his views publicly. Just wondering if anyone in the government wants to retrospectively kick off about these tweets? Nah, don't suppose so." Fans were quick to comment underneath, agreeing with Chris, and blasted the BBC for what appeared to be double standards. One wrote, "100% this Chris suggest if the BBC want to gag presenters they need to sort out their freelancer agreements. You can't on one hand tell Lineker to shut up but employ unpaid freelancers/vile view peddlers like Farage to appear regularly on programs like Cutie. Absolute mess." But others pointed out that the BBC don't actually own the Apprentice show Lord Sugar has hosted since 2005, so he isn't directly employed by the corporation. One Twitter user explained, "Chris, MGM owns The Apprentice. They buy the show in, I believe. Gary's services are employed by the BBC and there lies the difference. Lord Sugar is not directly employed by the BBC." Another added, "I'm sorry Chris, it's all very well you defending Lineker by quoting Sugar, but when you accuse the government of behaving like the Nazis in Germany you deserve everything you get, and to use your words, it's not what we pay our license fee for." The Mirror has reached out to the BBC for further comment. Lineker has since hinted he will avoid suspension by the BBC following his comments on the government's plans, and told fans he will still be hosting Match of the Day this weekend. The 62-year-old also thanks fans for their overwhelming support in the past few days. Taken to Twitter again, He wrote, "Well, it's been an interesting couple of days. Happy that this ridiculously out of proportion story seems to be abating and very much looking forward to presenting at BC Mott on Saturday." He added, "Thanks again for your incredible support. It's been overwhelming." The Mirror has reached out to the BBC and Lord Sugar's reps for comment. Do you have a story to sell? Get in touch with us at webcelebs@trinitymirror.com or call us direct 0207 29 33 033.
Now take